For some light exercise, let's do this Cima question. So, entity with 5 geographical segments. Report segments information under IFRS 8 is in its financial statement. Financial information is recorded in LKO. Chief operating decision maker on the geographical basis. Each geographical region has separate risk characteristics. The result of the year is ended of 31 March as follows. So required, explain what reason which LKO geographic segment will be classified as reportable operating statements according to IFRS 8 operating segments. So I'll let you guys pause this video to try the question yourself, or we can jump straight into the answer. So how to do this? As I said before, in order to do IFRS 8, we have to use the 4 step. So let's do the 4 step. Step 1. Does all these segments are actually operating segments? Now let's see the question. It says that decision making financial reported entity 5 geographical segments and report segment information. So does it pass the 3 qualitative, in which that there is information, LKO's check, and there is revenue and expenses? Yes, it passed through all 3 qualitative. So step 1, check. Now look at step 2. Can we aggregate any of the operating segments into can we aggregate and combine these operating segments? For step 2, the answer is no, simply because it has region has separate risk characteristics. So therefore, we cannot aggregate or combine any of these operating statements. Now, step 3, let's find out which one of these 5 operating statements are actually reportable statements, because we have to check whether it passes through the 10% test and whatnot. So let's check the 10% test. 10% test, after we have calculated, we can see that Europe does not pass the 10% rule, as it is a 9.9%. North America does not passes the 10% rule, as it is 27%. Middle East passes the 10% rule, as it is 17%. Asia passes the 10% rule, as it is 38%. And other does not pass the 10% rule. Now we take the P&L test. However, after all the tests, we have concluded, after a P&L test, other passes through the test. So therefore, now for step 4, we have now concluded that out of these 5 operating statements, 4 of them is RS, because they pass through the 10% rule. North America, Middle East, Asia, and others. For calculation purposes, we can refer to the previous page, in which that I believe I have stole my cast. Then after that, we have to use step 4, in which we have to use the 75% rule. So how do you use this 75% rule? The total external of all 4 RS, North America, Middle East, Asia, and other combined, divided over total revenue, including internal. And we got at 7.9%. It passes through the 75%. So therefore, only NA, Middle East, Asia, and other is the reportable statements. We do not need to disclose Europe. However, that is not the question. The question asks us explain with reasons. So in order to do that, we have to explain and give a paragraph. So according to IFRS 8, operating statement is a segment that should be classified as reportable operating statement if it is more than 10% of the following: revenue, profit and loss, or asset. If after allocating statements according to 10% rule, the entity must perform another round of tests, which is the 75% rule. According to the 75% test, entity must make sure that its reportable operating statements external revenue must be exceeding 75% of the total revenue, including internal sales, in which that in this case it is. Therefore, LKO has to report 4 operating statements, which is North America, Middle East, Asia, and other, and he does not need to disclose information about Europe. LKO has met the 75%. In this case, North America, Middle East, Asia, and other passes through the 10% rule, And then LQ has also met the 75% test, in which the 88% of its sales related to its RS is more than the total sales. Therefore, NA, Middle East and Asia, and other will be classified as reportable segments and disclosed separately in the notes to financial statements. No further segment needs to be disclosed as RS, simply because it has more than 75%. That is all for me. Thank you for listening.